to Shalom, Namaste. I'm Shiv Arur and we have a full segment lined up for you on the huge overlapping of cultures between India and Israel. With our Prime Minister getting that amazing treatment in the state of Israel, we want to take you through some of the things you may not actually know about in Jerusalem and in Tel Aviv. We're going to start you off with something very interesting that went viral a few years ago. Unbelievable. Dancing girls and tumkas to sell missiles. That's what Israel actually did a few years ago. Interestingly, many of the missiles you saw in between those dancing girls somewhere in Jerusalem have actually been ordered by the Indian Armed Forces. So that tells you a little bit about the cultural understanding, if I may call it that, between the two countries. Well, today, talking about what happened in Israel, 7 key agreements were signed between Prime Minister Modi and the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Among the deals are agreements for space technology, agriculture, water management technology, also a huge number of cultural exchanges, a $40 million tech deal, an agreement on water management, MOUs on agriculture development, 3 MOUs on space technology, cooperation, other memoranda, including on small satellites. You name it, the two countries have decided to say Shalom, Namaste to each other. And that's the big cultural image, the hugging that's been going on between the two leaders. Ours, Prime Minister Modi, the President and Prime Minister of Israel, have displayed the kind of warmth that has taken the world aback. A plan for coordination in the atomic clock field is also on the cards. But one of the most beautiful moments today and one of the most unforgettable was when Prime Minister Modi met with 12-year-old Moshe Holtzberg. Everyone remembers him as the face of the 26/11 terror attack. Moshe Holtzberg's parents were killed by Pakistani terrorists during 26/11 at the Nariman House in South Mumbai when he was just a toddler. The Prime Minister, remember, later today will be interacting with 4,000 to 5,000 people of Indian origin at a community event at the Tel Aviv fairgrounds. The cultural exchanges in the air are at their peak between India and Israel.
I have a feeling that today India and Israel are changing our world and maybe changing parts of the world, because this is a cooperation. It's a marriage really made in heaven, but we're implementing it here on earth. Because Prime Minister Modi and I are, I think, not only wedded to visions, but we like to have our feet connected. We try to look to the distance, but have our feet firmly planted on the ground. We have empowered our staffs to bring us concrete plans in these diverse areas by the 1st of January. So this is very practical. We're going to seek to bring to fruition these various areas which can truly revolutionize our relationship, but also the lives of many, many millions of people. Both in India, it's many hundreds of millions of people, but we're talking about beyond that even. We're talking about also cooperation in third countries and actually working together to better the future of the people of Africa. India is present there, Israel is present and coming into Africa, and we think that by joining forces in various areas that I just discussed, we can help the people of Africa as well. So this is very, very exciting, and it tells you how we are seizing the future. We also recognize that we are being challenged. We are being challenged by the forces of terror that seeks to undermine our world, our countries, the peace and stability of our common civilization. And we have agreed to cooperate in this area as well.
India admires the success of your people in overcoming adversity to advance, innovate and flourish against all odds, not just on areas of bilateral opportunities, but also how our cooperation can help the cause of global peace and stability. Our goal is to build a relationship that reflects our shared priorities and draws on enduring bonds between our peoples. We agreed that efficiency of water and resources use, water conservation and its purification, productivity increase in agriculture are key areas in deepening our bilateral cooperation. We are of one view that together our scientists and researchers would develop, build and implement mutually beneficial solutions in the field. We regard thriving two-way trade and investment flows as the bedrock of a strong partnership. Friends, India and Israel live in complex geographies. We are aware of strategic threats to regional peace and stability. India has suffered firsthand the violence and hatred spread by terror. So as Israel. Prime Minister Netanyahu and I agreed to do much more together to protect our strategic interests. Excellency Netanyahu, it has been a productive and memorable 24 hours in Israel. I'm sure the rest of my stay would be equally exciting. Let me also take this chance to invite you and Mrs. Netanyahu and your family to visit India. I again thank you for your warm welcome and hospitality. Thank you. Thank you very much. Shalom.
Thank you, and I accept.
Thank you.
And in the span of just those two short speeches, the two leaders actually came together on stage to hug as many as 4 times. Culturally, very warm people, a long history. India and Israel and all of the things that they've actually been through makes it no surprise at all that these two leaders got along so well. Here's the bromance that has really been the talk of the town between Netanyahu and Prime Minister Modi. Take a look.
Prime Minister Modi became the first Indian Prime Minister ever to visit Israel, and none other than his Israeli counterpart was there at the airport to receive him, breaking protocol. It's an honor that was earlier given only to the US President Donald Trump and the Pope, and it began with a hug, the first of many.
Great day, historic day. Welcome, my friend.
The occasion was historic, the camaraderie obvious, and it was full of symbolism. Prime Minister dressed in white and blue, the colors of Israel's flag. Israeli Prime Minister welcomed Prime Minister Modi in a gracious speech.
Aapka suhaget hai, mere dost.
היסטורי וראשון של ראש ממשלה של הודו בישראל.
Thank you.
And then there was hug number 2. Dear friend Modi thanked the Israeli Prime Minister for the red carpet welcome.
Shalom, Lekram, Anisemia Mayod, Lehiat Po. I want to thank my friend Prime Minister Netanyahu for the invitation.
Welcome speech is done, and it was time for hug number 3.
Hanachat Hazer.
Dear friends, Netanyahu and Modi then paid their respects at a Holocaust memorial. But it was not all serious business. The Prime Minister had a variety of the chrysanthemum flower named after him. And obviously, there were more hugs to follow.
Welcome, friend.
The Prime Minister gave his Israeli counterpart 2 relics and a Torah scroll, and he received a painting depicting Indian soldiers leading a British military column in Jerusalem in 1917.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Shalom.
Thank you, and I accept.
Day 2 of the Prime Minister's visit meant, you guessed it, more hugs. This historic trip has it all: hugs, handshakes and gifts. And move over Obama and Trudeau, there's a new bromance in town. Bureau Report, India Today.
I want to go straight across to India Today's Padmaja, who's live with us from Jerusalem this evening. Padmaja, this was really about Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, wasn't it? I mean, India and Israel, the bromance, the hugging, the atmospherics, the visuals. I mean, this didn't fall short in any measure at all. You're right there. The cultural exchanges between the both sides also hitting all the right notes, Padmaja.
That's right, and just as you had predicted, Shiv, on all of those issues, India and Israel announced their partnership. The defense deals that we had spoken about, we'd said that the MOU is going to be signed between the state of Uttar Pradesh and the Agriculture Department of Israel for use of their water harvesting techniques and use of drip irrigation as well as desalination. All of that has happened. So, like you said, yes, Jai Jawan and Jai Kisan. Jai Vigyan, space research, huge announcements being made, but now even as we speak, Shiv, we are on our way, as always, trying to catch up with our Prime Minister as he is headed to Tel Aviv now for that major community event. This is going to be him reaching out to this community for the very first time, like we've said, in 25 years, the first Prime Minister to have come over here, and really looking forward to it. From what we are learning, the reports coming in from Tel Aviv, about 7,000 people are likely to assemble. Let's just give our viewers of how similar the two countries are. Just take a look at the road that we are taking from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv, and this could be any place. It could be the Mumbai-Pune highway, this could be the Delhi-Gurgaon highway, it could be the Delhi highway. So in all of these ways, the country is very similar, and in about 2 hours from now, we're expecting 9 p.m. local time is when the Prime Minister is going to be addressing the diaspora event, and we will, of course, also be reporting live from there. But as far as the program is concerned, there is a little bit of song and dance that has already been prepared. But more than that, it's the Prime Minister's message to the community that for the first time is going to be hearing from their PM. That is something that everyone is keeping an eye on.
Have fun, Padmaja. Have fun at that historic occasion. Prime Minister is there. Everything he does there is history, really. But it's going to be lots of Nach Gana. There's going to be a big speech as well. Have a lot of fun. We'll connect with you once you're there at the venue. Padmaja on her way to the big diaspora outreach by Prime Minister Modi. We're taking a very quick break. On the other side, we're going to tell you how this isn't just about atmospherics. We're going to get deeper into India-Israel relations. You're going to be amazed by how far back the connections and the cultural ties really go. It's a little-known country, really. Okay, we want to get you some live images coming in from Jerusalem right now of Prime Minister Modi meeting with some dignitaries right ahead of his big diaspora outreach. These are live images coming in of Modi meeting with PVS awardees at Jerusalem. We'll get you more of those live pictures in just a moment. But the picture today that has stolen everyone's heart, and how could it possibly not, was Prime Minister Modi honoring a little boy, Moshe Holtzberg. We all remember him as the face of 26/11. As a toddler, he survived Pakistan's big attack in Mumbai, but his parents were murdered by Pakistan-trained terrorists in Mumbai. Prime Minister Modi honored him by meeting him and the rest of his family today in Jerusalem. Take a look.
There was one little boy who captured the imagination of India, a miracle survivor. He was 2 years old when he was whisked away from Bombay, from Mumbai, on a horrible, horrible day that no one has forgotten. We know it as 26/11. That little child was Moshe. Today he's 10 years old. And Moshe, you know the Prime Minister of India is coming. Would you like to say something to him, Mr. Modi?
I like him.
What do you like to say to him?
I love him.
You love Mr. Modi. Why is that?
Because if for so much people is there in India and he come to me.
Of all the people that are there in India, he has come here especially to meet you. Moshe, tell me, do you remember your time in India?
Do you remember Sonu Man?
No.
No.
But you still remember a little bit of language that you learned or anything that you learned in India?
Yes.
Yes.
Numbers.
Numbers.
Only numbers. Hindi numbers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. And you're 10 years old now. Any time that you want to maybe go back, just the time that you spend there, anything at all that you want to go back to India and remember?
I want to go back to India.
Well, it really is all about Shalom, Namaste, and we will continue to say that while the Prime Minister is there. The two countries have come together in a historic new way, and there's so much to look forward to. The real impact of the meeting between Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Netanyahu will be seen in the hours and the days ahead. What's next to look forward to? Prime Minister Modi's big speech to all the Indians living in Israel, and there are thousands of them. Live coverage continues right here on India Today. Don't go anywhere.